والله لا بقلها الاسم. لا كم وحدة جابت هي؟ كم وحدة جابت
4 بس ما ضل غير هيك.
يا الله بس هيدي. She had 4 kittens and that's the only one left.
Or her. You can do it with your mom.
I would have been maybe 12 at the time or 13 and Anwar was 14. And we're looking at the back and as the cars through Ashrafi, we saw 2 buildings lean on each other. Yeah, we drove under the building. They were just literally because of the bombs. Yeah. And then they leant on each other and they just stood there. And we were looking at them as we were going. It's just little memories like that during the war. Remember my brother Anwar and I? My brother passed away last year. He and we ran up the stairs to the roof. And when the bombing was on, Mum didn't know where we were. She thought we were underground. And we were on the roof. We took our tape recorder and we taped the bombing. Him and I. We thought it was such a fun thing to do. And we taped the bombs when they were falling. We were just sitting there. We were amazed that it was like fireworks because it felt like daylight when it was like 10:30, 11 at night. So that's just a memory I just wanted to tell you about. When we came to Riyadh in 2008, obviously I couldn't take up my work here. My background is IT, hardware sales, and I tried, but I couldn't get any work. And so I joined the Al Hamra book club, and one of the first books we read was 3 Cups of Tea. And 3 Cups of Tea really inspired me into charity work because it's all about educating girls living in poverty. And my mum has never been to school, so it touched my heart and I thought I can't just read it and put it back on the shelf. I have to do something. And you know, as a child I would read to my mum, and even when I go back home to Sydney now, I still read to her. I thought, what could I do? And I started just talking to women's groups like Corona and at the embassies and just raising funds and supporting girl projects. Like we supported through Corona an orphanage in Afghanistan for 1,000 girls, and also in Egypt there's an orphanage for girls in Egypt, a big orphanage, supported them, and a women's empowerment project in Palestine and Jordan, and also we did a bit in the Philippines. So this book was my inspiration. And then the Syrian war started. So from the Girl Effect I moved to supporting the refugees and getting as many kids off the streets, out of the misery of the camps and into school. And obviously food packages, blankets, whatever they need at the time. We assess what's needed most, and that's what we address at the time. But yeah, supporting education, because education is their hope. It's their empowerment, and I pray that one day it will be the foundation for them to go back and rebuild Syria. When we saw the documentary, we had just returned from Australia from our summer holidays, and we were just sitting around this time of day, and it was just hit us. It was about the doctors, and we simply initially wanted to help Doctors Without Borders and just to raise some money. And the doctors ran out of bandages. They couldn't help the wounded. They had no painkillers, no IV drips. And all of a sudden the bombs started to fall on the hospital, and I said to Ian, this is unbelievable. And as I said before, it reminded me of my own childhood when we had to run to the basements in Lebanon. I said, turn it off. I can't look at it anymore. I can't see it anymore. And then I said, we have to help, we have to do something to help. And he said to me, what do you want us to do? What can we do? And I said, I don't know, but we could at least have a garage sale and raise some money for those doctors. The garage sale was simply to raise a few dollars, reals, for Doctors Without Borders. But then when we had our garages open over a 2-week period, weekends, people would pass by and say, are you leaving? Are you going back to Australia? And I'd say, no, we're just raising money for the refugees. How can we help? شباب بديروا ظهركم للكاميرا. Yeah. Okay, أنا خليهم. I'm gonna let them do it because they're really heavy. Yeah.
How do you decide what goes in?
Well, we focus on basic staples, so the essentials like rice, sugar, lentils, beans, tea, milk powder. Milk powder is very important. We give a lot of milk powder because they have a lot of children and babies, and the basics. And a food package will usually last them approximately 2 months.
Wow.
So yeah, a month to 2 months, depending on how big it is. But that should be at least a month what we're giving out today.
For a family of?
For a family of 5 to 6.
I'm gonna hold.
الله معك موسى، الله معك، كل عام وانت بخير يا خيي، كل عام وانت بخير. الحمد لله، الحمد لله خيي. هلا مريم، كيفك حبيبتي؟ حبيبتي. So نحن هلا بنفوت نقعد عندكم جوا؟ يلا تعال نفوت. How old are you?
6 years old.
You are 6 years old. My goodness. تعال هون تشوف. Come in Nancy. Come in. Lee, come in. Sorry. So موسى بدي اسألك، هن هلا ما مصدقين وانت بتحكوا انجليزي. So بدنا نحكي انجليزي. What do you think? What do you think, Mariam? Should we speak in English?
Yes.
Her English is very well, very good. And you know, Mariam, she teaches other students here in the camp, other children in the camp.
Some one go to school.
Some go to school and some don't go to school, but she helps them. When you grow up, what would you like to do when you grow up? بس تكبري شو حتعملي أنت؟ شو بتحبي تعملي؟ تتمني تعملي؟
Teacher.
She wants to be a teacher.
You want to be like your own sister, don't you?
Mariam, what will you do when you grow up?
I want to be a doctor
She wants to be a doctor. Why do you want to be a doctor?
because I like children.
Because she loves children. There you go. سيارة معنا.
جيب احنا ربعين.
قولين يا موسى تي شو جماعة؟ يا نحن عم نعمل بيننا وبين ربنا، هول شو بيعملوا، شو بيغير ما بيغير، شو شغلنا نحن، هذا هن بيننا. ياه وانت أو أو ها.
That big camp. How many families in the big camp?
She said they had 65. 65. And we slept a night on the seats in the airport because we didn't have a flight. The driver said, yes, we'll take you. My dad came up to the apartment and said, you've got 20 minutes to leave. We had to say goodbye. We were kids. We had to say goodbye to my mum.
Oh my goodness.
And we had to pack our toothbrush because that's all we took was our toothbrush and our whatever we could carry. And within 20 minutes we were in the car. Yeah, that's, and many Syrians went through what I went through. At a moment's notice, they just grabbed them, whatever
Had to go.
and ran. So I suppose that's why I have such empathy. Unless you've lived through a war, I can't tell you what it's like unless you've lived through it. when I was a child in Australia, when I went back to Australia, and I had missed 3.5 years of education. So I left last term, first term of year 7 or first grade, year 7, say. And then I went back to school, 3.5 years. I went to last term of year 10 and nothing in between. And that is a huge gap. And what they do now in the refugee schools in Lebanon, they make sure they catch the children up. They make up the lost time, the lost years, and they won't take them into their age group unless they've caught up. I never caught up. No one thought that these kids should catch up. And that is a terrible thing, terrible. That really upsets me. Sorry, I can't talk. It's just, my parents didn't think that we should catch up. And how do you go and do geometry when you don't even know how to add and multiply? So, you know, when you want to do something, you know, raise some funds, the first thing that comes to mind is have a garage sale. Yep. And so that's how it all began. We thought we'd just have a garage sale, sell some things we no longer needed, and raise some money for Doctors Without Borders. That's how it started. And from there it evolved and it mushroomed into something much bigger.
And so this garage sale, is this all your stuff or is this people donating?
No, some of the things are ours, but mostly 90% of the things are donated by people.
Wow, and how do people donate?
You know, you just put out a message, email, Facebook, and people just come to your door. It's amazing. So kind and so generous. We're overwhelmed actually sometimes with the number of things that people are bringing, and the quality, not just the quantity, but the quality of the things that people are bringing. Wonderful.
What kind of things do people bring?
Oh, look, clothes, toys, games, household appliances. What else? Books, lots of books. We've got maybe 1,000 DVDs, and it's all selling well. You know, I'm grateful to the people, not only the ones that are bringing, but those that are buying.
And what are the strangest things you've got with you? Is there anything that we're like, wow, how are we going to sell this, or what is this?
I got an ironing press that's over there, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with it? And this morning we had a piano which sold, a small piano, and it was the first thing that went. And I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder whether this would sell, and it was the first thing that went. So you know, it just never ceases to amaze me what comes in. There's a warehouse here that receives donations for the Syrian refugees, and so everything that doesn't sell will be packed up tonight and will go straight to the warehouse. And it's distributed to families here in Riyadh, and also we do sort them out and we send them to Lebanon and Jordan. It's not as easy as it used to be, but we still manage to get some things through. Yeah. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
انتي هونة ها؟
أنا هون.
Allah, good to see you.
Same.
So tell me, why did you decide to support Nowell's mission, or to support the children? Or to use this event?
Yes, because this event is not made for my personal gain. It's just, you know, a way of socializing here,
yes,
and getting to know people and helping them, you know. And we had money left over because we are gathering money to put the materials together,
yes,
the art together, and when I heard about Nowell's mission, that was something that really appealed to me, because if it's anything that I believe in terms of charity, is the education. I believe through education, as you were mentioning earlier, you're not just helping a person, you're helping, you know, like communities and generations to come.
Absolutely.
There are children involved. Like, we are apolitical. We are not trying to make any kind of statement. We just want the children to have the right to education.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, that matters.
And in my case, it's definitely the children. Children are close to my heart, and I don't I'm from another side of the world, that I've never been so close to this before. So seeing so many humanitarian crises happening in the world right now and being so close to it now, it's opened my eyes to a reality that I wasn't aware of.
Okay, I'm Nowell, and you? Aya.
أحلام.
Ahlam.
مناهل.
Manahil. Hello, beautiful. What's your name? Oh, we'll call you Gorgeous Eyes. What's your name? Do you know why I'm here?
Yeah,
Why am I here?
because you want to tell us why we're doing this.
That's right. And we are doing this. Do you know why we're doing this? Tell me.
Because we want to make a change in the world for the children and war.
There you go. She said it all. I fundraise, and I do it in many different ways, by doing presentations to adults and by going around to schools and talking to them, and they help me fundraise, and we use that money to mainly to send children to school, but we also use it to buy food and blankets and other things as well. So, you got a question? Anyone, you can ask me any question you like. Yes.
You came last time to our school for the beanies.
Good girl, you got a good memory. That's right, we collected beanies here. We would have the teachers come.
Yeah.
After spending a whole day at school, they'd come here at 3 in the afternoon and stay with me right through to the night, wrapping, sorting, packing, labelling boxes. And Ian would be working with me. You see, so he's the quite Scottish person, my strength and my support and constant encouragement. I just can't say enough. So now we've organised to collect the food packages from the supermarket at 3 o'clock, and then we'll go to outside of Amman for 4 o'clock to give out and distribute the food packages. Okay, so that's all organised. Where's Fat? It's the little one, Shadja. See, that's the little babe, one of the twins. So I got her this doll. She was over the moon that she got a doll. She's never had a doll in her life. That's Mazen, and this boy here is so beautiful. He's the older brother. He's Mazen's older brother. What Mahannad does, he buys socks and then he goes and sells socks on the streets between the cars. That's what he does to raise money. This is the bridge I was talking about, see? This is the bridge. See, this was the one that was bombed by Israel. They're rebuilding it. But it's been rebuilt now since 2006. Let's just hold a few in your hand. Hold a few in your hand.
One of my best soccer teams.
What about you? Hold this in your hand.
And these are mine.
You hold that in your hand. Okay. Let's drop them all in the box. Come on, let's drop them all in the box. This is amazing. Well done.
My mom gave my
Her children did a fundraiser and the comedy marathon that they did. Did you help? Did you help your mummy?
I was actually the one selling
What were you selling? What were you selling?
jewelry.
Jewelry. Ah, you helped your mum sell the jewelry. Well, thank you very much, sweetheart. And will you give mum a big hug from me and a thank you? Yeah? Okay. Oh, Nancy, look, we got tablets. Oh, wow. These 10 tablets, they're like a testing pilot. And then if all goes well, we hope to buy 100 tablets, then another 100 tablets, and then another 100 tablets, because we've got 3,000 children at the 5 schools. There's 3,000 children at the 5 schools, so, and these children have no access to technology, you know. So this is really good. The cheapest tablet anywhere in the market is $300. We were able to get these for $150. But they're helping us because they know it's a charity. So they're giving about $25 per tablet as a donation. And that's why I got them for $150 here. They already have the software on their server. So the students are accessing the software on their server, doing their work, and the tablet's just their work pad. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited about this project. How I found them is I called IBM Beirut and I called Microsoft Beirut, and Microsoft put me onto this company, and Microsoft has uploaded the operating system for free. How old were you when you came here? 6 years.
You were 6 years, you said. No, 5 years. 6. Do you remember Damascus? Do you remember? You remember? Yeah.
Home, it's our home, it's our country. That's why yeah, Habib. So what are you going to do when you grow up? What would you like to do? أكيد بيسألوك عن هالسؤال دائما، شو رح تعملوا بس تكبروا؟ شو رح تعملوا؟ طبيبة أطفال حبيبتي. So children's doctor. Children's doctor.
What would you like to do?
شو بتحب تعمل؟
بحب التفت لدراستي أكثر لأنه أصبت دراستي أنا وعم بشتغل هلا.
He wants to keep studying because he missed so many years and he's still catching up.
I invent my electric spaceship at the same time. He's going to electric.
You'll have to get a job with Elon Musk, this guy.
I think so.
Yeah.
SpaceX, you know, go up to space with Elon Musk. Is there anything else you want to say?
I really want to say that it's easy. It's not hard to make a difference. I think anyone can have a garage sale, anyone can have a bake sale, and if we can do it, anyone can do it. It just takes a little effort to make a difference. Yeah.